and welcome to another episode of the Red, White, and the Blues podcast. I'm Daniel, and I'm joined in this wonderful video format by my main Berchacho Nacho Jason. How you doing tonight, man?
Whoa, what's up, Taco? Just hanging out in my low rent studio. You know, it's how we roll here at the Red, White, Blues FC. We got a new intro. Looks pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
it is
I
very
love it.
high budget, high quality. We spared no expense. Like we have no
Yes.
budget left for anything else.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
our budget.
Yeah, we forewent 4K cameras, new microphones, all the
Yeah.
just because we wanted the intro to be so special.
Because we could totally afford all
Yes, we could.
that.
Yeah, so this is our second episode of video content. We've decided that we are going to new format. We're just going to record videos of our episodes every week, and then we're going to live stream for special occasions. We had planned on live streaming the Arsenal match until it got canceled in a couple weeks, or postponed, not canceled. So we'll figure it out. But we're going to do special live streams. Maybe it'll be about Chelsea. Maybe it won't be about Chelsea. We're just going to wing stuff. So,
Who cares about Chelsea now? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Plenty of people care about Chelsea.
We care about Chelsea. We're just running out of things to talk about with Chelsea because it's the same thing every match. So, yeah. Chelsea, we draw at Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Fun times.
We took 1 point off of Brentford this year.
Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. Brentford has beaten us and we've lost. I think Brentford had like 6 points in their last 12 matches or something like that.
I think it was 14.
14? Okay.
No,
yeah,
maybe you're right. Maybe it was 12. Yeah, it was something. It was in the double digits.
It was something ridiculous. It was either 12 or 14. 14 was the second number I had in mind. So it was one of those two numbers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
They were in a poor run of form, and
they were atrocious.
Yeah,
yeah, but both of us expected us to F it up. I just expected us not to actually get points. You at least thought we'd get a point, So
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, man. What do you say about this? There's been a lot of narratives going around. I think some people were hopeful Potts would get out of here. Coming up,
it's not going to happen. It's not happening to the end of the season. It's just not going to. People just need to give it a rest. They're gonna, unless, maybe if he loses the next 4 or 5 matches in a row, maybe, but I still don't think they will. I think it's going to be the end of the season, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we're on less points than we were last season. I don't even know where we sit in the table. What are we, 11th?
11th still. Yeah.
Hey, that's 1 place better than last season. Than we finished last season.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that I'm pretty sure the teams in front of us have less points too, though. Like the top teams are on less points this year than they were last year. So it's like, are we really doing better? Because everybody has been beating everybody this year, and we're still doing the same.
Oh, we have 36 points. I don't know why I thought we had 35. But let me go update my spreadsheet. A close look tells me that we had 37 points through game 26 last season.
Mm-hmm.
And my quick math tells me that we're 1 point below where we were last season.
So, yeah, for sure.
What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? You're going to spend
what are you going to do?
$1 billion, $700 million net. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Spend another $1 billion in the summer window. Who cares?
Money. What's money?
It's not relevant. It's not real. Money's not a real thing. So
what is even success?
Yeah.
That's not relevant either, apparently.
It's
how we are at this club.
Yeah. I mean,
that's old Chelsea. We don't want success any longer. We want to be the laughing stock of the league.
Yeah, success is analytics now. It's like, we're supposed to be fifth this year in the table.
Exactly. It's that internal maths that we do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chelsea
Cheat.
has their own math. They've created their own math to figure out to somehow make us good. They've created a whole new numerical system. Chelsea math. You know, you've heard of
What
girl
are
math and guy math. Chelsea math,
yeah,
Jason.
Chelsea math, man. Chelsea math. I love it. Yeah, Chelsea math. Let's
Chel-
yeah, I love it. On our
Chelsea
new
math.
segment, Chelsea math. That'd be a pretty good segment. We should work on that for next season. I'm too tired
11th,
to do anything this season.
yeah, 11th place equals 5th in Chelsea math. And we're going to Europe next
Yes.
season.
Yes.
So I don't
I
know, man.
cannot wait to go to Europe next season.
Hey, but there's still a chance. We can still go to Europa if we win the FA Cup, Jason.
Yeah. Mhm. That's totally
Mhm.
happening.
Yep. Hey, we're just one step away from Wembley. You know, we beat
The
Leicester. We're in Wembley,
the thing about cups is weirder things have happened. So,
but we're
there's
also
always
Chelsea, Mason.
there's always something weird that can happen, but yeah, we are also Chelsea with Chelsea math.
Yeah,
So,
with Chelsea now. I
god damn
mean,
it.
Bowley and O'Galley and Clear Lake have done a fantastic job of, creating Chelsea math.
Are we
So
trying not to curse since we're on the
no,
YouTube now?
no, we can still curse on YouTube. It doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
it's okay.
This isn't a
So
podcast for children.
it's not. I marked that on YouTube, but I don't age restrict it, so kids could
Oh, okay,
probably
yeah.
still see it, but it's
I
marked
need
as
to
not
hear
for
these
kids.
words.
Yeah, put a little hair on their chest. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
All the
whatever.
8-year-olds.
Yeah, all the 8-year-olds
Drink
walking around with
drink
these,
of choice,
yeah,
listening
drinking
to a
their
couple American blokes.
O'Doyle's,
Oh,
drinking
God.
their O'Doyle's beer with because it's non-alcoholic, guys. I'm not advocating child drinking. If you don't know what a Doyle's is, it's non-alcoholic beer, and
Uh,
there's candy cigarettes in their mouth.
okay. Our
Cussing up
target
a
audience
storm.
right here.
Yeah. Cussing up
The
a storm.
O'Doyle drinking, candy cigarettes smoking 8-year-olds of the world. Get your
With
Chelsea
hairy
news
chest.
here. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Already gone through puberty a couple years earlier.
Hey, look, it needs to be like I sent you that video the other day of that kid that was outside. They interviewed outside of Stanford Bridge,
Yeah, yeah.
talking about how shit Potch was and stuff. It's like, we need to get this kid on the podcast. That's our demographic right there, Jason. I'm telling you, that kid.
First guest, an 8-year-old. I mean, we expect our listeners to have gone through puberty before our team does.
Yeah,
So, I mean, why not?
yeah.
Especially before Liverpool's team, because apparently we got beat by a bunch of kids.
I
So,
mean, like, look, I
I mean,
have
they're
full
not
confidence.
wrong, but still.
Yeah, I, yeah. Their bunch of kids beat our bunch of kids. So a
Yeah,
bunch of kids beat a bunch of kids.
yeah. Just a bunch of freaking kids.
This is a bunch of kids playing a pickup game at recess during school. Was all that was.
I think we called it
But
like what do we call the episode? Like the Pee
yeah, the
Wee
Pee Wee
EFL Cup or
Cup.
something. Yeah, the
Yeah, the
Pee Wee
Pee
Cup.
Wee. Yeah,
I mean,
because
it's
nobody cares about that.
essentially what it was. So
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But with our I don't remember what I was gonna say now. I lost it. Oh well, it's irrelevant. Just like this team is irrelevant.
Segue.
Segue into so I guess now, in all candor, I will be honest with the audience because I pride myself in my honesty. Um I did not watch the second half of this football match because I was watching my daughter play, which was much more entertaining than watching Chelsea play. At least their first match Saturday. Second match, not so much. It was on par with Chelsea. So, but
Oh man.
needless to say, I enjoyed watching her play rather than watching Chelsea play because Jason was texting me and he sounded really depressed as he was texting me all the second half happenings. I'm, God, I'm glad I'm not watching this right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I watched the first half and there wasn't, we scored. That's about all. I remember, we
I
missed a
don't even
couple
remember
more
what happened.
chances. Nico, remember, was 1-on-1 with the keeper at one point in time and
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
score. That
Blew it.
happened. That happens quite often.
He rounded
Then he
him and
scored.
then did something.
He did
Tried to
it.
kick
I
it
don't
over
know
the
what.
back of the net.
Yeah, and then the defender cleared it off the line because he was going in slow motion. And then he scored a crazy header from
Yeah.
an amazing cross from Gusto, and I'm just like, how do you miss going 1-on-1 with the keeper and around the keeper and scoring, but you jump up between two guys and score a header and you're shorter than everybody else on the pitch? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
It worked. We
Yeah.
scored. So I don't know. And then I Brentford had an amazing overhead kick for a goal in the second half. That was our second goal, wasn't it?
That dude been trying to do that all day too. That was freaking annoying.
Yeah, he tried it in the first half. I remember watching him
He
one
tried it at
time in the
least
first half.
twice or something. I'm having to wipe my eyes from the boredom of this game. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh
Sorry.
man.
That was
No.
directed towards the team, not you.
Oh, why not? No. I've decided.
Um,
Well,
sorry.
Jason, last week you said we were going to be a positive podcast this week. So
We need views. I don't want to be positive. That doesn't get anybody
negative.
views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clickbait.
Who
Clickbait.
yeah. I've even been thinking about how to make our titles more clickbaity.
Hey, I need you to get that teddy bear behind you, like rip its sister, get angry and get all red in the face and rip its head off and
Yeah.
throw it across, and
I
then we
love
can
how this
clip
bear
that.
just shows its crotch to you, like right there. There we go.
Yep.
It's just
Putting your
it's
thumb
just
up the
spread
bear's ass,
eagle
man.
for all the Chelsea fans.
Yep. Hey,
Just laying it bare.
the Chelsea bear.
Brr. The Chelsea bear.
But yeah,
It's
and
just
then what?
showing its ass like our players do to the other team. Why watch the ball or a defender? Or, like, why know where you are on the field? I don't know. That's crazy. Just turn around and pull your pants down. That would be better than what they're doing.
Yeah.
I would love to see those yellow cards for dissent.
Hey, I mean, if
Not
you're
just
gonna
like
get,
some stupid, oh, I kicked the ball away. Just moon the ref. Like, I don't care.
I mean, if you're
What are
gonna
we
get
gonna what are we
dissent,
playing for?
you might as well go all out. I mean,
Yeah,
just like if you're gonna get a red card, at least break the other player's leg. You know?
exactly. Yeah, I guess I am assuming that if a player mooned the ref, it would be a yellow, but it probably would be a red.
Well, I think the question would come down to how far down did he go with the pants?
Yeah,
Like,
true,
if we're
true.
pants to the ankles, I feel like that's totally a red card. But if it's like
Right.
half the crack, then I don't think there's,
Yeah. There's
I think
no
that's just
justification for a red at that
yeah,
point.
there's no balls. Let's just say there's no balls. You don't see any
Exactly.
balls, it's a yellow card.
Exactly. Yes.
Balls,
Half a
red card.
crack, yellow card. Yeah.
Right.
Take your shirt off, yellow. Pants to the
Right.
ankles, red.
Right. Pants to the middle of the crack, yellow.
Yellow.
What does that mean? Like, what's the difference? Let's just say the player's got his old jock strap on and he takes his pants off instead of his shirt. He's completely covered, well, besides his bare
Yeah.
butt. But what's the difference
Yellow.
in that and his shirt? Yellow. Exactly.
That is straight yellow to me. Not even reviewable by view.
or not. Or we could
Dude,
give him a blue card.
Oh yeah, the new blue card. Yep.
Well, that FIFA said, "Bull crap, we're not doing blue cards. That's the
Yeah,
stupidest thing we ever heard of." And I was like, "Thank you, FIFA, for I'm agreeing with you for once."
But you show your balls, blue card.
Blue. Yes, balls equals blue card.
Bad. Sorry, everybody.
Man. We're
yeah.
15 minutes into this podcast and it's off the rails, man.
I had more. I was gonna say. I was just gonna end it. I mean, what the hell?
We probably should before we get demonetized on our second video ever on YouTube.
Demonetized. I didn't know we were monetized.
Yeah,
That's
we're
cool.
not monetized. We're trying to get
Oh.
monetized, but we need viewers for that. So
we'll delete this one when we become famous, and
Yeah.
so people can't go back and find it.
clip it.
He talked about blue balls.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that. That is so foul.
Heyo.
Um,
God.
but
This team, this is what they do to us, man.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we sit here and talk about how much of your butt crack needs to be exposed for you to get a yellow card instead of talking about Chelsea Football Club right now. Because what else do we have to talk about right now?
What else do we have to talk about? I will say towards the end of the first half, we grew into it better than they did. Looked better. And then the quintessential Potch talked to the players at halftime,
Oh
or
God,
didn't. Who I don't know what he's doing in
we don't know
there.
what he said. We don't know what he says at halftime. It's a mystery.
Yeah, what's
Nobody knows.
happening in that room? What's happening in the locker room at halftime is insanity at this club. We come out a different team,
But it's
and
completely different.
yeah, they scored within the first 5 minutes.
And it happens
Uh,
every stinking match. It's just not like this is the first time this has happened. This is
yeah,
multiple matches this has happened in.
yeah, yeah. It's been a recurring theme all season. It's infuriating. Um, yeah, I heard somebody say earlier today. It's like the players. You can definitely find fault in the players,
Mhm.
but the players aren't always at fault for how the game goes, which I thought was
I would
like
agree
it
with
was
that.
something like that. It's like an
Yeah.
interesting way to put it, like because Potch had some interesting comments
I was gonna finish talking
in
about the
his
match and then get to those
interviews.
interesting comments, from
Oh yeah,
Potts.
I was done. Sorry, I'm moving ahead. Oh, shoot. I guess we could talk about individual players or
I
whatever.
mean, there's not a lot to talk about. The halftime thing I think is a big thing that needs to be discussed because it's like it's a legit question I have. Like, what do they talk about at halftime? Like, can we get cameras inside the locker room? Can we get a player to just record something on their cell phone secretly and then
Yeah,
send it to me and I'll release it? You know, just because I want to know what the heck's going on in the locker room. I want to know
I
what's
think
said.
I think Potch thought that if this match ended, it would go to pins. And so he told him to play for penalties,
Sounds
just
about
like he
right.
did in the EFL Cup.
Hmm.
Um,
But he
so
didn't say
I
that. So,
yeah, yeah, he didn't say that,
but
but
he said no.
somebody should
Yeah.
tell Potch how soccer works.
Yeah. He doesn't understand. I mean, like, it's one of
He's the
those things,
Ted
like,
Lasso of no, no,
I think he's worse than
I'm
Ted
just
Lasso. I would take Ted Lasso over Potts at this
I'd
point in
rather
time.
have Ted Lasso as well.
At least it would be entertaining. Like, at
Yeah,
least I would be entertained.
we should do that segment. What fictional coaches, football or not football, would we have at the club over Potch?
There would be a lot. That's a good segment.
There would be a lot.
There would be a lot. We should just do fictional coaches because it's pretty much any professional coach. Like we talked about it
Just
last
about.
week.
Yeah.
Graham Potter, we would rather have back at the club at this point than Potter. Or Potter, we'd rather have Potter back than Potch. And that's saying a lot because I never liked Potter to begin. I never liked Potch to begin with, but I never liked Potter. I thought he was overrated.
Mhm.
But I would rather have Potter back at this point in time.
I've been watching The Sopranos, and they say they get agita a lot, and
Mhm.
it's like a stress, like it's like a heart condition or something. And when they get stressed, they're like, "Oh, he's gonna give me agita." Just saying Potter's name gives me agita, and I'd rather have him back
Yeah,
than Potch. Like that's crazy because I
it
hated
is.
Potter. I
I
hated
did
him
too.
so much.
Dude, it was awful. I
I
could not
take great
stand
pride
Potter.
in the fact that I got to see his last game in person.
Yeah, you should. You should take great pride in that.
Yeah,
You know what? You should actually start saying that you're the reason that Potter was fired.
I should take credit.
You should, and everybody will
That's
stand up and applaud you.
yeah. Wow. Okay. I wish that I could say the same about Potch.
Just get on a plane and go. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Get your wife,
Um.
get on a plane, go. We played Leicester. I know you're probably a little too short notice to make it for Monday night, and plus
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
work on
Sorry.
Monday, so don't
Yeah.
want you to
Yeah.
miss
Of
any
course.
work. So play Leicester the following Sunday in the FA Cup.
Hmm.
So just get on your plane, go.
Okay, you handle the rest of the podcast. I'll keep my camera on so people can see what I look like when I search for flights.
There you go.
Okay. I'm
There you go.
blanking out now.
And just
Googleflights.com.
for reference, I've seen Jason in the past week look for hotels on video, and I'm assuming it's probably very similar to looking for flights. And he is very detail oriented. So
Yeah, to a fault.
well, you know, but you do your
Yeah.
due diligence, which is what you're supposed to do, and which a lot of people don't do. So it's
I
fine.
still wound up I did all that while we were on the phone, and I still wound up picking the cheapest hotel. So, but I did consider luxury for the 2 of us when we take our
It's
trip
okay.
later this year.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
but
Hey,
I
look,
just want you to know that I considered luxury for us
hey,
and
we've had luxury
chose
before.
cheap.
It's
Hey, we
okay.
have. We have.
We had luxury back when we went to Florida to
Yeah.
the Warp Tour. We had some luxury
Yeah.
back then in those 2 queen beds with the balcony, with the ocean
Yep.
view.
Yep.
That was a
And I'm gonna say this on air. Daniel and I broke a bed.
broke a bed. Not like you might think we broke a bed, but we did break a bed.
It's
Oh,
mainly
man.
Daniel's fault. We'll tell you all about
It
that
was
one time.
100% Daniel's fault. It was 100% my fault. I will take full responsibility for it, and I was nervous that Jason was gonna get his credit card charged, because it was on his card, and then
Mhm.
we fixed said bed with a paperclip. Well, Jason
Yeah,
fixed the bed
yeah.
with the paperclip. I broke the
We
bed,
made
Jason
it
fixed the bed.
we made it look presentable with the
We
paperclip.
did. We did. I don't know. We literally broke a weld off the bed, and then
Yeah.
we hung it. Jason Jimmy the paper. I don't even know where we got a paperclip from. Like,
I
why
have
do
no
college
idea.
guys have a freaking paperclip? Like,
I don't
why?
I don't know how I slept on that.
Very carefully. I know we
I
didn't
I
fix it
mean,
to the next morning, did we?
no, we didn't.
Oh, we fixed it that night.
Yeah. No, we didn't fix it that night. Like, I don't think the paperclip was just holding it up. It didn't, like, fix anything.
Yeah, no, I know we didn't fix it. It was just literally holding it up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought that I don't remember where I slept.
I think you slept in the bed.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I slept like this.
yeah, like this.
Like, bed is flat,
Yeah,
and one of
it
the
was
corners is
tilted
like,
down one way,
"Dink."
like this. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So, sorry for
but
my chair noise, everybody. I'm new to YouTube,
it's okay.
and I will be
Um,
using that excuse for our entire YouTube careers, just to
mhm.
let you know.
Yes. Anyway, back to Chelsea. Um.
Oh, damn.
So we
I'm like the kid in
ended
class that just tries to distract you the whole time from talking about what we're supposed to talk about.
like we used to do Miss Donald back in the day.
This is my only goal here. Yeah,
Did-
exactly like that class. Yeah.
yeah, it was a great class. I don't know. I lost the count of how many times we watched Shrek 2 in that class
Oh my
because
god.
I hate that movie so much because of that class.
I hate Shrek because of school.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't even Shrek's a good movie.
but
Like
I
it's a
hate it.
decent film. And
Yeah.
I love the second one because Puss in Boots is like so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a huge fan
Yep.
of both Puss in Boots movies. But god, do I hate Shrek.
It's awful, man. It is awful. And it's
Okay, Daniel.
all thanks to our public education in the United States that we hate
Yes.
Shrek because we watched it so much in school.
Yeah, I learned a lot. That's why I
Yeah.
don't know tactics.
We spent all our time in school watching Shrek. You know.
Yeah. I didn't develop properly.
Yeah. Um
Okay, Daniel,
hey,
you can talk about the game now. I'll
well,
shut
I mean,
up.
there's not much else to talk about. I mean, they scored coming out of half, then they scored again. And I think this is the other point is that, like, okay, they scored 5 minutes into the second half, and then Potch, for whatever reason, doesn't make a sub until the 71st minute, I believe, is when Mudryk came on.
Yep. Yep.
And that was after they had scored their second goal, which means
Yeah.
that he reacted to them. So he was literally just going to lead the team the same. Like he wasn't trying to win that match. Like
Yeah.
he was literally playing for a draw.
Yeah. Yeah. What he thought it was penalties.
Yeah,
He's an idiot. He watched Shrek in school too.
he did. He did. I don't know. He probably watched something dumber than Shrek. There's got to be a dumber movie out there.
How is Poch? How is he considered? Like, now,
Uh,
granted, we've ruined many a coaching career at Chelsea over the
No,
years. How is Poch considered a world class manager?
I don't
That's what I
know because he's never done anything. That's the thing.
exactly
Nobody
exactly.
realized, like, he never won a trophy at Tottenham. He was just there for a really freaking long time. He
Hmm.
won 1 or 2 trophies at PSG, and he had Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah,
only win 2 trophies with those guys? You could have just they could have not had a coach and won more trophies.
that would have been
Like,
nice.
jeez, and then he was where was he before Tottenham? Somewhere in Spain. I don't remember where he was before that, but I mean, he was average there too. I think maybe he won a Copa del Rey over there, but that's the thing. He hasn't won a lot. Like his win percentage is better than Potter's, but not that much better than Potter's. Um, he's never taken a Swedish ninth league team up to the eighth tier. So I mean, Potter's got him there.
Potter's got the bragging rights for sure.
So, I mean, I don't know. He's just an average manager, and people that wanted him when over the summer, I just didn't understand. Like, why do you want this guy? He's not good. Like he's average. He's older. He's 54, however old he is, 50 something, and
52.
52. Yeah, he
I only know
like
that because he referenced his age in a quote recently
mm,
about how tough he was because he was 52.
yeah, I saw that and put all the blame on him. You know, 'cause that's the fans' direct
Yeah,
anger. We'll get
I
to there
mean,
in a minute. Yeah,
we do, bro.
yeah, we
Trust me.
do. That's what I was
We put
thinking. I
the
was like,
blame on you.
we put the blame on you. Um,
Yeah.
and then I was looking at somebody like Nailsman, like that was my choice, who I'd rather have here. Somebody that's young and hungry and wants it, wants to prove himself as a top tier manager, especially after what happened at Bayern Munich to him. We see how that's turned out for Munich. So it is one of those things that we could have somebody young and hungry, somebody that's 52 that's proven that he's a mid-table manager.
Yeah.
So I just didn't understand people's thought process. Like, and on top of all of that, he used to be Tottenham's manager, which is just in and of itself should have disqualified him to begin with. Unless he's a world class manager and he's coming from Tottenham to Chelsea, I don't want him. Like but
Yeah.
if Pep was at Tottenham and he wanted to come to Chelsea, that's okay. But Pep would never stoop to that level to go to Tottenham. So you know that's Tottenham's beneath Pep. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And then what? So the Saucy equalized in the 82nd minute or something like that. But the point is,
Bumbled
he
it
was just
in.
playing
Yeah.
reactionary, like to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole thing. He was just being a reactionary manager. He wasn't trying to win the game. He wasn't trying to make subs um to inject life and energy into the team. I think he used 2 subs.
Yeah.
He used 2 subs the whole match.
Yeah.
Mudryk and Sterling.
The best subs, arguably.
Yeah, because then Cuckoo's hurt again.
I'm just
I
kidding.
mean,
I don't know. We had a little bit of formation change when Sterling came in or whatever. Who cares?
yeah, 'cause we went to 4 at the back then, didn't we? Because he took Colwell
Yeah.
out for Sterling, so and
Yeah.
somehow Chilwell stayed on the pitch.
Yeah. Chilwell
You
is
would
the
have thought
best.
you would have thought Chilwell would have a better game because he was playing a wing back, so he's more attacking, and he usually does better in that position, but no, still the same old Chilwell. Sucking.
Chilwell didn't have a 19-year-old to beat up this game. He wasn't up
Oh,
for it.
yeah. So long story short, Chelsea draws 2-2 at Brentford. Um, yeah,
And that's a wrap.
and so
That's
now
a
we're gonna
wrap on
move
our
on.
season.
Yeah, I mean, at this
Sorry.
point, there is nothing else to play for. There literally is nothing else. I mean, like,
I mean, you mentioned earlier we have the FA Cup. I mean, we should really get geared up for that. I mean, we got a championship side coming up. That's an easy way in. Um, what
yeah,
we're in the quarters now. We can get to the
yeah,
semifinals easy. I don't care. I don't care how great a championship side is.
And they're better
You
than
know,
us. I mean, we make championship sides look like Champions League winners. So
dude, that's the
we're
truth.
good at that.
We're good at all the stat.
Mhm.
if somebody hasn't scored ever, or if somebody's only scored 2 times in 10 years, they will score against us this season. That's just
And
the name of the
they'll
game this
score
season. So,
multiple goals.
yeah. I did think about, and then I got lazy, but I really wanted to see like all the players who have scored goals against us.
Mhm.
What was their stats before they scored the goal against us this season? Just to see, because I feel like it's become a recurring theme.
Yeah, what was it
For
like? What game was that a couple times ago that like the person hadn't scored in like a year and a half or something like that, and they
yeah,
scored against us or
I
whatever?
feel like one of the people that scored against us, like in one of the Brentford guys,
Maybe I don't. Like I said, only I didn't see any of the Brentford goals, so I wasn't
like,
around
oh
for those.
yeah, Warslef. I don't know. Rowerslef? I don't know how to say his name. He has 1 goal in the season. Guess who it's against?
These guys.
It is against us, man.
Hmm.
How do I look at it like his all-time stats? Ooh, let's look at last season's stats. He had I don't know if that's a game by game thing. I think he had 3 shot, 0 goals last season.
Hmm.
And then the season before that, he had 5 shots, 1 goal. And then the season before that in the championship, he had 1 shot, no goals. I mean, this guy never scores. Like, he's just not a scorer. And he scores against us, of course.
Hmm.
It was their like right wing back last game. Roy's left
Yep.
was. And
So
then
I
Wissa, I
mean,
think he's definitely gonna have scored.
at this point in
But
time, it's just dude, our defense is washed. We think people think these DCC's good. Um, he's terrible. Uh,
him and Caicedo, the DCC and Caicedo link up is really freaking frustrating.
I,
Like
I'm
like
having a
he
lot of
will
sympathy. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no. I was gonna say DCC does a lot of horrible passes to
Hmm.
Caicedo.
Bad, real
And
bad.
Caicedo can't really do anything about them, and then he loses them in the midfield.
Mhm,
So
it was what we were talking about before. The reason he loses in the midfield, though, is because he's isolated. Like,
he's
if
the
you
only
look
one
at
there.
he's the only one there. If you look at our pass map from this past game, freaking Enzo was playing left wing,
Yeah,
and
but I
Casado
mean
was just in the midfield by himself.
that's our main problem. Like we want Enzo to push forward, and
Mhm,
then like this latest iteration, which I mean it's been a theme all season. The the left back will push forward. You got our right back pushing forward, and we're just throwing bodies into the box
mhm,
without any crosses.
or bad
And because
crosses
I don't,
if we do cross.
yeah, or back crosses. But I think like we're below average in the Premier League for number of crosses into the box this season, like compared to other teams. And so we stack the box. We got nobody, or we're just not spamming the box enough. And then when we lose, like if we commit so many people forward, so then if we lose the ball off a bad pass from the defense to our one midfielder who's playing there, because Enzo's just another attacker at this point.
Yeah.
Or if we lose the ball in transition, they got all the space in the world. Or
Mhm,
if we commit too many bodies to one side, like we're not a balanced side. I don't know what we're doing. Um, so anyway, yeah, we're just leaving the midfield completely open. The Athletic
mhm.
had a great video about it, but it's been that way all season. Like
Yeah, it has been.
it's just been insane. We if we lose the ball in the midfield, we're dead. Like
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't know how many teams have scored transition goals against us this year, but I imagine it's a lot.
Probably a lot. But I mean, that's
So
the thing is like our defenders aren't good enough either. So that compounds the
yeah,
problem. Like
yep,
DCC has had one good game all year. And even that wasn't a great game if you really break it down to it. He had a couple great moments in the game, but it was just another he
he
and
was
the
just a
reason we talked
pearl
about it,
among the swine in that
right, and
game.
we talked about it, it's because he didn't have the ball at his feet that match. And that's what made it
Yeah,
a better game because he for whatever reason, Poch has decided that DCC should be the guy that we play through in the back, and he should be the one to
yeah,
bring the ball. And like, it's just the most amazing thing ever because he can't pass, like you were just saying. He loses the ball half the time. Like it is, he's not quick enough with his decisions.
yeah,
It's just mind boggling that Poch has all this on tape and still does it.
yeah.
He still does it. And then he like, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people were talking about Casado and this year, and not having a great year and everything. I'm like, I mean, I think he's had a pretty decent year for the position that he's been put in. Like, that's the
Hmm.
thing. He hasn't been put in a position to succeed. Like, Colwell wasn't put in a position to succeed for the half the season because he was playing left back.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. It's just like we play players. We like Casado's not playing out of position, but he's just being isolated. Like Enzo needs to be on the
hmm,
ball. Like Enzo needs to be the one controlling the game. Like Enzo needs to be Jorginho, is what Enzo needs to be.
right.
Like, he's not good enough at finishing. Like, when he gets in the box, he's not good enough. He's a box to box player that just needs to control the game. Like, we need to put everything needs to go through Enzo and play through him.
Hmm.
Like, the fact that Poch doesn't realize this and doesn't play to Enzo's strengths and doesn't play to our team's strengths and continually like just leaves Casado in the midfield isolated. I just
Yeah,
don't. It's mind boggling. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Like, if you look back, like the first half of this match, if I remember correctly, Enzo was it this one or the match? Maybe the match before. I don't know. Enzo was just playing some absolutely delightful balls in, like
hmm,
whenever we were playing through him, and it was working. Like, granted, our striker Nico isn't great. Um, we have issues at the front, but still, like if I see Enzo making those passes, I see okay, well that's who needs to be. We need to be playing through is Enzo. But said Posh wants DCC for some odd freaking reason to do crap like that and wants to pass the ball around the back for 15 minutes of a half and do nothing with it. Um, and push Enzo up to the complete top. And it's just crazy, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then the subs are
yeah,
just horrendous. His halftime talks are terrible. Whatever. And
yeah. There's been a
then
lot of talk. Oh, good.
no, I was gonna transition, but go ahead and say your point.
I was just gonna say there's a lot of talk about how he doesn't like. We're talking about Enzo's a World Cup winner. We're talking
Mhm.
about Caicedo had a banger of a season at Brighton before we poached him from Brighton because we love Brighton. We're talking about Mudryk has buckets of talent,
Mhm.
but he's still really raw. Um, like add Nico to that. Like Nico has an incredible work rate
He
in the
does.
game within a game. He just can't finish. Um,
Mm-mm.
so we have like a lot of raw talent on the field that are not being coached
Yeah.
with any sort of improvements or any sort of like mentoring or any sort of anything that would let us see an improvement or growth or maturity on the field. Because for all that happened in the Liverpool game, I mean, it essentially was kids versus kids,
Mhm.
and they like the media want to do a narrative about it, um, because it sounds good, but also because like our kids are supposed to have more experience. And like, how much are they actually learning in a game that is then being used to further their development? and it doesn't look like. And we talk about the eye test a lot, right? Like it doesn't
Mhm.
look like we are ever going to pass the eye test with Poch at the helm.
What are they doing in
And
training?
yeah, yeah. What are we doing? So I mean, you can see players like Palmer come in, Gusto come in, that like really can show off and show out. And I'm thankful for those players, but like Palmer can't carry an entire game on his back.
Mm-mm.
And so those are just kind of the breakthrough players this season. But then our older players that should be helping are Sterling and Chilwell
Oh, Silva.
and Silva, but I mean
Well,
Silva's gotten exposed this season. I mean,
yeah,
we were playing a back three for Silva way back in the day.
yeah. And then people complained
So
about it, and then we switched to back four. Now they want us to switch. Now they want us to go out and get managers that play a back three. So
yeah,
it's like
screw that.
I don't know, man. But it's
Yeah,
like we have no leadership. Like Sterling and Chilwell aren't leaders.
no,
Like Sterling doesn't say anything. Sterling's not a like Sterling is one like, and
no,
that's okay. It's not everybody's personality.
yeah,
Sterling's not one of those guys. I think Chilwell wants to be, but he's not. Like he's out there saying he's out there echoing Potch after every match in his post game interviews when they're like, "Well, how do you think? Oh, I think we did great today. You know, we drew 2-2 with 2-2 with Brentford. Yeah, I think we deserved to win that match. No, you didn't. When did you,
yeah.
why do you think you deserved to win that match, Chilwell? We didn't
Chilwell's got a
deserve
lot
to
of
win that
shit on
match.
his nose at
He
this point.
does. He does
He needs
very
to clean
much
that
so.
off.
He does, and it's just infuriating. You're supposed to be the vice captain. Like, you're the one that's supposed to be out there leading and inspiring and doing all this stuff, and you don't do any of that crap.
Yeah,
So don't. Another reason I hate Joel, besides the fact that he's a mediocre footballer, he's a shit leader, and somehow he's the vice captain of this team. Don't even know. Like,
England, baby.
yeah, woohoo! Gallagher is more of a freaking leader because Gallagher at least he's. I don't think he's a vocal leader, but
Hmm.
he's like, I'm gonna let my actions do my talking for me, which you
Hmm.
need those type of players.
Yeah,
But he's not the greatest football player, but at least he's gonna go out there and give you 110% every match. Like, he's
he's
not the
another
greatest
player that
technical.
this should have been, because we were talking about this at the beginning of the season, like about how we weren't sure about Gallagher because of how green he was,
Mhm,
but his work rate at like I guess maybe towards the end of last season was like top notch because he was
mhm.
always once he got on the field he was killing it. And I feel like this is a year of wasted development for him. Like I feel like this is a wasted year.
He's playing out
Like
of position.
yeah.
He's
I mean
not a
what
10.
yeah. And
He's
this
not a
is
10.
where the manager has screwed us over.
Mhm,
Now, I also agree there's a lot of people out there with channels that talk about top down. We've said it too. Like there's a lot of problems at the top.
mhm.
Like whatever the sporting directors want is not necessarily what the coach wants, and that's just how it is at the moment. I like they came in. This was kind of part of the athletic video too, where they were just talking about like the financial decisions overrode everything.
Which
And
were
like
dumb financial decisions.
yeah, yeah, and we've talked about that a lot, and so now we're trying to paper over that with managers.
It didn't work like
The
that.
the problem is we're not successful with the managers
Yeah.
we have, and like now we've wasted 2 years of these kids' development.
Mhm.
And
And it
and
gets
so,
worse.
and we're talking about the ones that stayed. Like we
Yeah.
just had a mass exodus from the club. Like we sold. I mean, this is like unparalleled. We sold $300 million worth of players.
Mhm.
Like that doesn't just happen, you know?
It's what happens when you
Like
have a bloated squad.
yeah. So it's just wild, man. Like it's wild the position that we're in. And the one change we can make right now is Poch. And I'm
Mhm.
all for making that change. Like I don't even care about the rest of the season. We don't have
Well,
the
there's
rest of
no
the season.
point. We don't. You're right. We don't have. I mean, that's my thing. I would fire Poch, get Mourinho in here, and at least maybe he can inspire us to win a cup. Like, I don't want move for a permanent manager. I just want him as an interim. I've said
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for 2 or 3 weeks now. I don't think Moo's cut out. I disagree with a little 8-year-old outside of Stamford Bridge, who wants Mourinho back, disagree with the 8-year-old on that. Obviously doesn't listen to this podcast yet. But I want Moo back
Yeah.
for an interim because I think he can give us a bump and maybe he can inspire us and the fans will like it. Whatever. I don't care. I love Moo. I don't think he's as good of a coach as what he once was, but maybe he can inspire us to at least win the FA Cup
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe go up some positions because it's looking like the Premier League's getting 5 spots in Europe. So we technically only have to go up 6 spots right now, Jason. Look at it that way.
Oh,
We only got
just
to go up
6,
6
huh?
spots. We only got to go up 6 spots. We're 11th. We just got to go up 6. Got to go up to get up there to 5th. But the whole thing is that I mean, it's one of those things that they're not going to do it. I don't know why, I don't hold out hope. But the one thing you're right, we
Yeah.
can change is the manager. But also, to your point, like the manager's job is to get the best out of his players
Right.
and like to play to their strengths. So if Poch is so determined to play this 4-2-3-1 that he's been playing, then you find the best players at each position to play that formation. If it means Gallagher
Right.
sits on the bench, it means Gallagher sits on the bench. If it means that Palmer has to go inside to play the 10 because he's the best 10 we have on the team, then Palmer has to go inside and play the 10. Like it doesn't it's you find the best person in each position, you play them.
Yeah.
So and it's just infuriating because like he keeps trying to fit um a round peg into a square hole because like Gallagher's not a 10. That's why another reason in the midfield is because Gallagher's all over the place. Like we talk about that, he's out of position a lot. So while his work rate's high, he's still out of position. So I don't know, man. It's frustrating.
Um, Mark Goldbridge. He's a Man U guy. Does the United
Sure,
Stand.
sure.
Uh, one of the better guys in the space, really. I he had an interesting tweet the other day. Post. He had an interesting post the other day. He said, "Amazed Chelsea fans were singing for Jose yesterday. That team is full of young players. One, that team is full of young players who need
Hmm.
developing. Jose don't do that. Two, there's no
He
money to
does.
spend on proven players. Jose needs that. Three, Chelsea
Hmm.
fans aren't happy with the style of play. Jose won't solve that." Which I thought was pretty insightful.
That's a fair
It
quote.
doesn't speak to the interim
Hmm.
point that you're making, and I think that that's a fair point. Because I think when Lamps came in after Sorry to kind of finish out that season, then he got the job the next season, right? I think that he was mainly brought in to unite the fan base.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if Jose does that to the fullest extent that Lamps kind of did, but he does it in a way that I think we kind of need right now. But
I
yeah,
think
to your full-time appointment argument,
no.
I also agree. I do not want Jose here.
Yeah, I'm emphatic
But
about
on an
that. No
interim
full time.
basis, could be pretty fun last 12
It
games
would
of the
be
season.
fun. Like, look, at least give me some fun interviews with with
Yeah.
Jose over these last couple of months. Like, give me some good banter with Arteta, with Pep, with Klopp. So at least I know I would be entertained. He would bring some excitement to the club because Poch is boring as hell. Like, I don't
Oh,
want. I
he'd
don't.
make fun of Potch too.
He would make a lot of fun of Poch, and it would be amazing. And he would
Yeah.
shit on him, and he would shit on Tottenham, and he would shit on Arsenal, and it would be fantastic. And I would love every minute of it. But I don't want him here full time. I don't want him to be our full time manager. So it is what it is. But segue to Pochettino and his dreadful, woeful interviewing skills. Apparently, we have a propaganda arm in the PR of a PR machine, but apparently nobody trains Potch on what to say because the dude is just dumbass. Like when it comes to interviews, like I don't know. Do you have any of the quotes? I got a couple of the quotes from his.
I'll try to find him.
his stuff. I got some. Let me go to him right quick. So after this match, he said a couple of different things. He said, I think the performances have been very good. I'm happy with the performance. This was actually in the Standard. So I think he did an interview with them yesterday that came out or something like that. I'm so happy with the performances. What performance is he happy with?
The draw,
Like
the play
the
for penalties.
draw, the loss to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like what performance has he been happy with? These performances have sucked. It's been
Yeah.
ridiculous, man.
I mean, he's got to say what he's gonna say. I guess he's an idiot.
He literally is. Then I don't have the exact quote, but to paraphrase Potts, he said, "Yeah, we don't have any midfielders, and we're running
Mm,
end zone Casado into the ground."
yeah.
And I'm just like, pause, Potts. Did we not just recall Cassidy from his loan where he was playing and getting playing time to come back to
Yep.
Stamford Bridge and now ride the pine? For what reason did you recall him from his loan if he wasn't going to get to play here because he was actually playing and getting to develop? To your point a minute ago, he was developing as a player, and now he's back at Stamford Bridge doing nothing,
Yeah.
doing absolutely
Yep.
nothing.
He
And
was
then,
he had just
go ahead.
broken into Leicester too, man.
Yeah, he had just broken into Leicester, and then you recalled Dos Santos from his loan, which should like that's fine. You recalled him because he wasn't playing, so you recall him. I'm pretty sure Dos Santos started or featured prominently in the majority of our preseason games.
Yep.
Like there was a point where we were having a conversation on this podcast where do we think Dos Santos is actually going to stay at the club this year? Like
Yeah.
as a role player, as a backup, because he's that good, he's that talented. He showed it in the preseason. So do we think he could stay and play?
Roll the tape. Oh, we can't. We don't edit like
Well,
that here yet.
no,
Sorry.
we ain't like that yet. No, we don't
Sorry.
pay somebody to edit these videos for us. So
Yeah, you go back and listen to the podcast though. It's
yeah,
back
go
there.
back and listen to episode like 70. So I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Go back to listen to one of our preseason episodes. It'll be in there. But the Santos then gets recalled from his own. So why don't you keep him? No, we're gonna send him off to Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Oh, like what are we doing? Then on top of that, I'm gonna read you a list of people here. Here's some players, Jackson. Probably don't know any of them, but we don't know any of those Liverpool kids that played either that beat us. So
Mhm.
whatever. Michael Golding, I actually know I've heard of him. He played a little while, a couple matches ago, didn't he? Didn't he feature in like
Mhm.
one of those matches? We're like, who is
Think
this
so.
kid? And yeah. Michael Golding, Keanu Dyer, Jimmy. I'm not even gonna pronounce Jimmy's last name because I can't, and Jimmy is just a great name by itself. And he
Jimmy.
spells it Jimi, which is even more boss. And then Ollie Harrison. So here and Cassidy and Sam Raksaki. I don't know that guy. So there's 6 players that Potts can put in the midfield, but he's
Yeah.
choosing not to put them in the midfield. So
Yeah.
don't sit there and complain about your midfield's getting overrun. No, just because you don't because we have a couple injuries there doesn't mean there aren't players that can't play. Just because Zugu Chukwue
Dude,
is out for the year.
put Gallagher
But
back there with Cassidy.
yeah,
Just do it. Just do it.
just
Like,
just
I'm
do
not
it.
saying it's the best, but like
Yeah.
I
Not even
I
saying
would
it's
be
gonna work.
more yeah, I'd be more interested in listening to your damn complaints about your team selection.
Yeah.
Like your own complaints about your own team selection. I'd be
Mhm.
more willing to listen to it if you actually put other players that can play in those roles in those roles.
Mhm. Right. And like you said, it might not be the best, but don't
Yeah.
sit there and say you can't do it when you can do it. When
Yeah.
you have the players that can do it and could feature, you're just choosing not to play said players because the 2 backups or 3 backups are now hurt. So they're
Yeah.
there. What did Liverpool do? That's exactly what the Klopp did. He went down to the academy, got a bunch of 19-year-olds and came up and whooped your ass, Potch.
Yep.
Just saying, it works for some coaches because they actually know how to coach.
Yeah. Exactly, man. God damn it, this guy.
He's and he gets dumber. It gets dumber every week, man. It's like it's just every week we're on here like, hey, did you hear what stupid ass thing Pot said this week?
Oh, I got another one.
Oh,
We
lay it
must
on me.
defend better, of course, at a very difficult place to come, but we've had a tough 3 games in 6 days, and I think the effort was massive. It was hard to keep the energy in the second half. I think that was the key to the game. What do you mean keep the energy? Like
We had no
you
energy in the
had you
first half.
had injury, yeah, you had it in the first half. You go into the half, you came out with nothing.
Nothing.
Like you're not keeping it in the locker room. You're like because you left the field.
Mhm.
Like I would say they kept it while they were on the field, and then when they talked to you, they lost it.
Mhm.
So when do you want them to keep it, Potch?
Yep.
You want them to keep it in your really pathetic and impotent team talks at halftime? Because that's proven that it's not happening during the course of the season. Also, 3 games in 6 days? Freaking boo-hoo. Like, the last we've only had when was the last time we played 3 games in 6 days? Like,
Christmas.
I think it's only happened, like, maybe one other time in the season, or we had, like, 3 games in 7 days or something.
Mhm.
Like,
Because we're not in
dude,
Europe.
you're not even playing in Europe.
Yeah.
Shut up. What an
You
idiot.
you
I think we
definitely
played great. Here's a million excuses for why I
yeah,
suck as a coach.
exactly.
That's
You
all
can't
I hear.
even you have no right to complain about 3 games in 6 days if you're not in Europe. If you're in Europe, I will hear you out. But if you're not in Europe, just shut your trap. Like, just shut up because you're obviously in this situation for a reason. And to complain about it is just dumb.
To
He's
go
just
back to
an
Potter,
idiot.
Potter got us into the quarters of the Champions League. And then Frank blew it. But Potter got us there,
Mhm.
and we played like the most of any team that season.
Yeah. We won the Champions League playing the most matches in the season
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Tuchel.
Like that's a valid complaint that season. That's a valid
Mhm.
complaint we had about
Mhm.
how they're scheduling these players and running them into the ground.
Mhm.
Because our injuries were through the roof that season too.
Mhm.
But dude, you're playing we've gone to a one podcast episode a week
Yeah. Because we have no European football.
because we don't do this for a living and we have no European football. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do when we go to Europe again, but we don't have to worry about that for a few years, especially if Pot stays.
Yeah. You gotta
God,
worry about Europe for a while, man.
this guy's an asshole.
He is, dude. It's ridiculous. I'm so
Tottenham
tired.
freaking mentality, man.
It is. It is a Tottenham mentality. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Hey,
You
the
got any more
away fans
quotes?
were no,
Oh
not.
yeah,
I mean,
go
you
go
were.
with the away fans
Yeah,
thing.
I was just
Go
gonna say the
go,
away fans were chanting "Moo" and Abramovich during the match.
and they were
I saw another commentator talk about how they didn't really put a lot of stock into like people actually want to move back. It was just more of like a "Hey, we've had better days without you" sort of thing.
yeah. Well, I'm
And
pretty sure
I can see that.
didn't they chant F Potch too?
Oh, I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had some quote about how
he
he's
didn't
not
hear it.
worried about his belief with or his
Yeah,
relationship with the fans. And I don't know if he said this last week or this week, but something about them as coaches have to ingratiate themselves more to the fans. And then Rory puts out a video like a few days ago,
he was ready
right
to
after the
gang up me.
match.
Yeah,
Yeah, where he's talking about how I mean, it's a great video for many reasons. Y'all should go watch it.
yeah.
And I like Rory is just okay to me. Rory's a little much to me, sometimes.
Look, I'm with you,
Um,
but this
but
Rory hate
it's
for
great.
Potch is my favorite thing going on
Yeah,
right now in the Chelsea world.
it's my favorite Rory. Yeah, for
It
sure.
is. It is the best Rory.
but he's talked about at least the point that I want to make from that video, even though you should watch it for many reasons. But the main thing he was talking about was Poch has now lost the away support. It's pretty much over for him. But also how Poch has never really tried to make inroads with the fans.
None.
And it's like, as a former Tottenham manager, you have even more to do to do that. But yet you go straight down the tunnel after the match.
And in your pre-match Tottenham press conference, you talk about how you want to go back to Tottenham one day and manage.
Yeah, that's kind of classless.
Pretty much. Especially whenever it's like I could understand if it was like if he was saying he wanted to go back to Barcelona and coach, or he wanted to go be the Argentinian national team coach, something
Yeah.
like that. Okay, not that big of a deal. But this is literally our most hated team, our biggest rival, and you're saying that, yeah, I want to go back and coach them one day. Then you don't give a shit about this club. You're
Then
just
get
here to
out of
collect your
here.
paycheck. Yeah, leave, please. Please leave.
Go. Stop using us as a stepping stone to get back to Tottenham, you asshole. Get out of here. I don't care.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
man.
this guy sucks. Yeah. I mean, he's got to go, man.
He does. I agree. He's got to go. But don't get your hopes up, people. It'll probably be the end of the season. But in light of him going, Jason, there's been two names that have been widely circulated.
Okay.
To replace
Sorry,
Pochettino.
I got
Neither
a
one of them
cramp.
are Naples. Oh no, here we go with cramp skin. Jason, drink some
I've
pickle
already-
juice, man. Drink
I've
some
already
pickle
had the
juice.
cramp once today. Oh, pickle juice? I don't have any.
You can go drink some pickle juice, man. That'll help. Pickle juice,
Here, look, I'll
bananas.
turn off. How do I turn off my camera?
Jason's gonna do some
mic
stretches.
and cam. One.
We lost Jason for a second. All right. I'm gonna mark this note too so I can edit this out.
There's no need to edit it out.
Oh,
Just leave it in.
I didn't say anything while you left, so it was like, I'm gonna edit this out,
Okay.
and I marked down the timestamp. So
I just don't want people to see me doing my sexy stretches. We gotta really make them work for that. Like, they gotta stay. Like, they gotta come back.
Yeah,
That will happen later.
I don't remember what was the segue into. I don't remember what we're going to talk about. Oh, the two coaches. So
Yeah.
Chelsea has lined up two possible replacements for Pochettino. Neither one is named Julian Nagelsmann, which upsets me greatly. But we have Ruben Amorim. I believe he is at Sporting right now. I believe where he is.
No, doesn't need to coach here.
And then we have the infamous, the famous, of course, none other than who else would Chelsea go hire but the Brighton manager, Roberto De Zerbi.
I mean, De Zerbi's better than Potter.
I don't know. Is he? Is he better than
I mean,
Potter?
I'm not saying he's great. I'm just saying he's better than Potter.
I'm just saying both of them don't need to be our manager. So,
yeah.
I'm not in favor of either one of these people. So, whatever. And go on.
Yeah. I mean, surely we wouldn't hire either of these guys.
Oh, no. I 100% think we will hire one of these two people because of Clear Lake Capital, Todd Bowley.
We can't hire Emery. He's the same. He will do the same stuff as Poch. He will do the exact same thing.
Yep.
Sporting they're just outperforming themselves this year. The Athletic has a great video about that too.
They do.
And
it's
recommend
funny. I have not watched it yet, but from reading the Chelsea forums, there's a lot of Chelsea fans that were on board with hiring him, and then the Athletic released their video, and now everybody's like, "Nope, don't want him."
Yeah,
like I'm gonna go watch that video either tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of him because just reading about some of his tactics and the way he sets up. I believe he plays three at the back, doesn't he? Isn't he a 3 at the back guy?
Yeah, but he just leaves the midfield wide open,
Yeah, and he
pushes
doesn't
everybody
like, and
forward.
they're very leaky, aren't they?
Yeah.
He concedes a lot of goals. So
Mhm.
I want somebody that was the one thing. Like, I'm not advocating we bring Tuchel back, but that was the one thing I appreciated about Tuchel more than anything was, yeah, his attacking tactics weren't great, but at least I knew that there was a chance for us to have a clean sheet when Tuchel was managing. At
Mhm.
least that was I knew every match we went into, we're gonna give it our damn just to keep a clean sheet. Now, maybe that was just because we had better players back there in the back then, and we did. We had Rudy back then. We had Silva. We had the players back then. Um,
Yeah.
but Pochettino, I can't tell you the last time we had a clean sheet. Like, we're leaky as hell, man. Like, I just want to defend well.
Yeah.
Like, if he just showed some improvement in the defensive category and we kept like 3 or 4 clean sheets in a row, like, I don't even care if we drew every single match 0-0. I would
Yeah.
be happy. Just because I can't. I'm so
We'd get
tired
more
of
points that
just
way.
we would. Like, but he doesn't care. It's like you said, he leaves Casado, the midfield's wide open,
Yeah, yeah.
counterattacks are there. Managers know exactly how to counter us, and he can't make any adjustments to their counterattacks. So
Yeah.
it is crazy. And then Zagreb, whatever his name is. I'm terrible with
Deserby.
names, guys. What's his name? Pronounce it, Jason.
Des Deserby? Deserby?
Deserby.
It would probably be Deserby.
Deserby. He,
Deserby. Yeah.
he's Argentinian, isn't he? Is he another Argentina manager?
I think he's Italian.
Italian? No, is he Italian? No.
I think he is. Is he not?
Is he Italian? I don't know.
Yeah, Italian football coach.
Oh, just kidding.
Roberto De Zerbi.
I'm just gonna call him Roberto. Roberto. Um, yeah, I'm just not like I'm going to look right now. Yeah, Brighton's conceded more goals than we have this year.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm
he's not good. He doesn't need to be here.
He's not. He's an average coach. I think he's overhyped. I think he was living off of what Potter had, and then they took away some of his players, and you're seeing what he is. Now, granted, they're still 4 points out of us in the table, so he's probably better than Poch. So, I don't know.
They do have a game in hand on us. So if we win our game in hand, we would they're only 3 points ahead. We would be tied
Yeah, and
on
they
points.
and
So
but
do
they
you
already.
want another Potch?
Gosh, no. I don't want anybody else from Brighton. I'm so sick of freaking Brighton. And I'm
Yeah.
so sick. What are we buying? We talked about last week. We're getting one of their new scouting people. I'm so sick of freaking Brighton and the freaking random weird obsession Bowley and them have with them. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand why we're so obsessed with Brighton. They've never won anything. They're
Hey, I take
constant
it back.
mid-table team.
Zerby's not better than Potter.
He's just
I
another
think they're
average
both
man.
equally shit.
And here's the thing: there's already people Chelsea, oh, we got to get him. And they've been saying it. They were saying it last year that they would rather him than Poch. And I'm like, I don't think he's that great. I don't think Poch Nagelsmann is the answer to the problems at Chelsea. But dumbass Igboli and dumbass Bowley won't give him control because he understands that there has to be a correlation between the players that you buy and the management style. You can't just buy a whole bunch of people and let the manager fix it because it's
Yeah.
never going to work. And for all Posh's faults, yeah, he hasn't been given everything he needs to win. When you spend $1 billion, like it's just bad scouting. It's no like it's just bad. And that's the thing is there's that disconnect between the top and the bottom. And the manager's there to bridge the gap, and this manager sucks, so he can't bridge the gap. I don't know, man. Our club is a mess right now. It's just a mess. I don't know. I don't have any. That's about all I got.
Okay, so we've talked about this before. The Athletic on their video, the title of it was "When will Chelsea be good again?" Or do you stand by what you texted me?
What 5? It's 3 to 5
Yeah,
years
same. Yeah, I agree.
before we make it back to Europe.
Yeah, and that's just making it to Europe.
Conference League does not count either. I'm only counting Europa
Okay.
and Champions
Okay.
League.
I was gonna ask what that meant. Yeah.
Conference League is just like I literally I want to win the Conference League just so I can say we've won the treble in Europe. We've won
Yeah.
all 3 major before anybody else. I want to say that, be able to
Right.
say that.
Right, yeah.
And then I won't care about the Conference League anymore. I will consider it on par with the Pee Wee Cup. It'll be
Yeah.
slightly above that because it is European, so it'll slightly be above the Pee Wee
Right.
Cup, but not by
Exactly.
much. But they're in the same region.
Exactly. That's how it works, man.
It is. It is. So yeah, I'm a 3 to 5
That's
year
what we
guy.
have to hope for now as freaking Chelsea fans. F this season, F this coach, F this administration.
It's it's been a
Uh,
waste.
yeah,
We've literally
we should.
wasted a year of every one of these players' careers.
Yeah. Yeah. We wasted a lot this year. It has
Mhm.
sucked. It has sucked hard.
You're supposed to be in the middle of a rebuild, but we're going backwards.
Yeah, what's that? What's that called?
I have no clue. Chelsea math.
Chelsea math.
Chelsea math, man.
The the
Oh,
the the Chelsea shoot. It's not. Yeah, anyway. It'll come to me. The Chelsea twerk. The
Chelsea
Chelsea
twerk. I don't
I
know,
don't
man.
It's
I
the
don't
Chelsea
know.
twerk, man. We're just backing it up.
It's the Chelsea way. It's the Chelsea
We're
way
just
these days, man.
backing it
We
up.
just we just back that ass up on you and we take it.
Yeah, we take our yellow card for showing you half a crack. Just back it up.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I guess we need to talk predictions for
Damn,
Newcastle on Monday night.
damn it. I am so sick of the predictions game. Just keep the rubber duck. I don't care.
You're beating me. I have not gotten a single prediction right all year. Just for the fans out there,
Yeah, but
I'm
we're gonna
0 for
include
however many predictions we've done.
but we're gonna like include what we did in the beginning, right? Like
Oh
all the
yeah,
predictions.
the predictions of well, I know I didn't predict the Premier League right. Um, I know I didn't predict the goal scorer right, but
Oh my god.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. We'll see.
we'll see.
See.
You
So
first. You first
Newcastle,
this time.
okay,
Yeah.
Newcastle is on 40 points. Where is this match? Is it home or away? Home.
It is home
Yep, it's at home. All right, so they're on 40 points
with the game in hand.
with the game in hand. So technically we can be within a point of them. Um, yeah, we're gonna
They,
lose.
yeah,
They've
yeah, we're
scored
losing.
57 goals this year.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not even looking
Hmm.
at this tactically. I'm looking at this as like the eye test. We're losing.
Okay, so we're gonna lose 2-1, but Potch is gonna say we played excellent and we played a great game. It's my prediction. Chelsea
Yeah.
loses 2-1.
Oh, man, that's probably pretty accurate. Um, man.
Although, like, I mean, do you consider Newcastle a top 6 club now? Because if they are, then I think we'll play them better because we tend to play the top 6 clubs better.
Well, they're definitely
So,
not top 6.
yeah,
Somehow
they're not.
Man U is hanging on to that 6th spot. Um,
Well, yeah, they don't have are they out of Europe yet? Or are they still in Europa? I don't even know.
no, top well, I don't know, it depends, like it depends on what's happening up there. I don't know. I don't know, man. I man, What was our last match against them?
I don't remember.
I
I think
can't
we
remember
lost.
either.
I think we
Do I
lost.
even care?
Probably not.
Does it even matter the stage? I'll say a 1-0 loss. I don't think we score.
I thought you were going to be brave and predict a
0-1 loss. 0-1 loss.
Okay, so we drew them and beat. I believe we beat them on pins in the Pee Wee Cup in December,
Man, we're so cool.
but we got thrashed by them 4-1 in November.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was bad. I remember that, man. It was bad. So we're going to lose 2-1 this time because it's at home. So we take away the 2 away.
Yeah. So Prim, Newcastle is at home. If we win this, we go a point above our total from last year at this stage in the game. You're predicting a 2-1 loss.
Yep.
And I'm predicting
A
a
loss.
1-0 loss. So yeah. Fun times in Chelsea land.
Yep. Fun times. Yeah. So I think that wraps it up for this week. We've given y'all
Everything we have.
everything we have. Like I don't have much left for this season.
The only thing I could do is show you half a crack, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because that would get you a yellow card. Actually,
Yeah.
probably get us banned or get us a strike on YouTube too. So we don't want that.
We don't want that. YouTube has like
No
a 3-strike system or
Yeah.
a 2-strike system. Is it?
3.
Oh, okay. So it's not quite the same.
No.
So
Not quite the same.
I'll let that really lame potential joke die then.
Yeah. Or you could just keep teasing people about showing your butt crack because we can technically show our butt cracks twice before we get kicked off YouTube. Or we
Oh.
could blur them out and then not even get kicked off or not even get a strike.
So when we finally get into the thumbnails game,
Mm-hmm.
be a good time to show a blurry butt crack.
It would be.
So the title of this going to be Chelsea math equals butt crack.
Chelsea math equals yellow card for butt crack. Oh
my
man.
God.
Yeah, this is fun times, guys. Jason, tell these lovely people where they can find us these days.
We are on X and Substack. Daniel does amazing things on both. One day I'll join him. Until then, it's just going to be another tease like my butt crack. So check us out on Substack and X at Red White Blues FC. Also, here, live. Well, not live. Sometimes live. Here's my finger.
Just point down. They're down there.
Yeah.
Just point down. You can do this now. There you go.
I'm pointing to my butt crack.
The butt crack episode.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have to do this podcast with me. I'm sorry for you. Well, we're on YouTube now. You know that if you're watching us here, if you're listening to us, some of our dozen or so longtime listeners, head on over to YouTube. You can see our faces. They're
not
all
pretty.
that and more. What?
They're not pretty.
How
our faces aren't pretty.
You? How dare you? Okay,
you can see Jason's bear.
Yeah, I have a bear. He's showing you his butt crack.
Yep.
But yeah. Yeah, sorry, Daniel. Anyway, that's where we're at Red White Blues FC on those 3 things, soon to be all the things.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast at, except for Amazon. We're not there. So give us a listen, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a subscribe to everything and all things Red, White, and Blues FC. We want to be everywhere. We want to be we want to saturate your life 24/7, 366 this year instead of 365.
Hey, yeah.
We got a leap year. So, but yeah.
We need to be putting out some more content if we're going to do that.
Hey. Yes, we do, Jason. We have jobs, dadgummit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, just join the Red, White, and Blues FC crew, whatever the hell we're gonna call our fans. We gotta come up with something clever to call our fans. All
Yeah.
12 of you. Um, join us. We're gonna do some live streams coming up, probably some matches, hopefully, so you can get our honest reactions during the matches and how pissed we get. But yeah, anyway, until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Chelsea math equals failure. Flippity floppity.